Jim Duberowski here, social studies teacher, Parkers Prairie High School. Jim, you've had a smart board. You had it over on this wall, I think. Now you've got your TV over here. How you feeling about it?
I think the TV was really a significant improvement for a number of reasons. I tried to cover those as best I can. But you're right, I had a smart board for 4 or 5 years, and some of the limitations, one was location. As you demonstrated, it was on that wall. And the reason it was on that wall was it's the only place in this particular room where the carpenter could install it.
Okay.
And the overall layout of the room is much better utilizing this wall. TV, no problem. It's one piece of equipment instead of two. We don't have the projector and the screen, we just have a screen. Some other things that I feel are a big upside to the television: screen clarity. It's connected with an HDMI cable, so we get really good video quality, whether we're using PowerPoint as I have here. And I just have a laptop connected with HDMI.
Here's your laptop.
Yeah.
You're just running the HDMI cable to the
So
TV.
I run a clicker system that allows me to be mobile throughout the classroom, and I can toggle through each slide from wherever I need to be. So if I've got, Ralph or Becky in the back corner there nodding off, I can stand next to them and keep them engaged. So that works really quite well. Another advantage to the screen quality is you can see the lights are all on in my classroom. With the smart board, you'd get a lot more glare and oftentimes have to turn some of the lights off. With this TV screen, that's not an issue at all.
Even from the back of the room, it's...
Back of the room, the sides, the angles, not a problem. So big advantage there. Of course, the cost of replacing bulbs on the smartboard projectors needs to be considered as well. I think we were paying almost $200 per bulb, and with the amount of time I was using that, we would go through a bulb almost annually. So cost-wise, the TV is a big advantage.
How many inches is the TV?
This is a 60-inch TV.
Okay.
You'll see I have mounted in the corner an Apple TV, and that's what I have. You could choose a number of different devices for streaming content. I like the Apple TV because I can use my iPad, and again, I could be remote in the classroom. Whatever content I pull on the iPad, using AirPlay through the Apple TV, that will show up right on the TV.
So,
also, go ahead.
Is it a smart TV?
It's not this particular TV a smart TV, but with the Apple TV, it essentially becomes one.
Right.
So that's something to consider. I just toggle over to the other HDMI, and these are some of the default programs that you get with an Apple TV. Netflix being one that I'll use for documentaries in the classroom. I'm also a subscriber to Amazon Prime. That's not built into Apple TV, but I can screen share it with my iPad. You could buy a Roku, you could buy an Amazon Fire Stick, whatever you want to give you other multimedia options. You'll see that YouTube is here. In my economics class, we've used Wall Street Journal videos, just short 3- and 4-minute videos. Kids can meet Warren Buffett, things of that nature. So a lot more media at your fingertips, whether through the laptop, through the iPad, or through the streaming stuff that's right on the Apple TV. Current events, all sorts of different things, and again, a lot of just short, high-quality video. And we got Buffett bought $1 billion worth of Apple stock.
Through the cloud, all over the world.
The business model is completely different.
Yes.
The sound is pretty good.
The sound is all controlled through the TV.
We aren't.
Okay.
People who know BDO.
The smartboard had a speaker system on the projector that was really
Apple shares ticked higher on Monday on revelations that Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway took a new $1 billion position in Apple.
And if you just have to catch up on your sports center, you've obviously got television programming as well. So,
they did a good job.
In all things considered, it's a very diverse tool. I think it's got a lot of advantages over the smartboard, and I would certainly never go back to a smartboard. The one advantage that a smartboard had for myself as a social studies teacher, and really the only time I utilized it was when I'd have a map on the screen, is I could draw on the map to point things out. I can essentially do the same thing on the dry erase board. So that one advantage goes to the smartboard. I think all others go to the TV And you mentioned the smart TV, I think that might be the way to go.
But you could have on your iPad a map,
Sure.
and you could screen mirror it
Yes.
to the TV, so whatever you're doing on your iPad is showing up on
And
the
a
screen.
student presentation group could have an iPad that could be mirrored. It's just however creative the instructor wants to get, there are options there to use.
Yeah. Anything else, Jim?
That's all that I can think of.
Thank you.
You're welcome.